Okay. Hello, hello. Let me just get comfortable. And make sure all my live streams are working. Yeah. I gotta leave my phone plugged in because it's almost dead. But all my topics are on there. Okay, I think we're ready to go here. What's up, everybody?
Put that cookie down now.
Put that cookie down. No. Oh, wait a minute. Already screwed up. There we go. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I should probably get a different screen here for the actual podcast, but whatever. Welcome to the podcast again, fam. We already have a sub. We got a... I don't know how to pronounce your name, dude. Cine663 with a kick sub. Thanks so much, dude. I appreciate it. I really do. Maybe I'll give you a button since we haven't started yet. What's up, Tuna? What's up, Cine? Ace, Homas. What's up, Roarster? I just put my PC back here, like my main one. So like all my wires are all messed up and shit. CD, my man, thanks so much, dude. I really appreciate
Looking
it.
like a double-wide surprise.
God
damn.
What's up, 11 Charlie? What's up, Resist? Okay. So I have one announcement to make before we get into some topics today. So usually we do the podcast on Saturdays, but did you guys notice that if you look at the wait a minute. If you look at the chat on the overlay, it actually tells you which platform they're chatting from. Oh, the YouTube one doesn't work. That's interesting. I thought I linked the YouTube one too. I guess the Kick one at least worked. Oh no, it does work. It's delayed. Oh, cool. That's so cool. Okay, so we actually have a combined chat now. Yeah, so Hijinks just posted it. 3, 4, 5. That's quite the delay. 6. Maybe it's not going to pop up. Oh, wow. That's like a 15-second delay. I wonder... I didn't set that on purpose. I wonder if it's doing that on purpose to, like, in case somebody says some dumb shit that I can ban them before the message pops up. That's possible, which is probably smart for the YouTube audience, honestly. No, yeah, dude. Oh, wait, no, that one came up instantly. Oh, maybe it's just a YouTube bug. That's weird because your other one took 15 seconds to pop up, but that one popped up instantly. I don't know. But yeah, can you see how it says the symbol beside the person's name? That's how you know which platform they're chatting from. It's a pretty cool feature. It's pretty sweet. I'm glad I got that working. I don't think so, man. I don't think it would be a latency thing. That's more of a Google YouTube problem. Cine, thanks for the sub again, man. I really appreciate it. All subs go to supporting the channel. So I have a little bit of an announcement. Best budget. We could I'm almost done working on the recommended parts list. Doghound. It looks so good, dude. It looks good. Like I'm making it all like professional and stuff. Look at this. So you go over here, AMD Max FPS. I even put like some pictures and shit there. Highlight. I'm not finished it. I got cut off. Something came up last night, so I didn't get a chance to finish it. But I hopefully I'll have this done by the end of today. I'm hoping all the categories. I'm hoping. But you should have So see, that's the thing though. How many categories deep do you go? Right, best budget Z790. It's like it's like what would be the best budget Z set, like a 12900K? I have to. I can't like make 20 different categories is the point I want to make, right? There's going to be AMD Max, Intel Max, and then best budget. I actually don't know what the best budget is, though. That's the thing. It could be a 12900K, or it could actually be a 7800 X3D, which I don't even know how much that thing costs these days. Amazon.com. 7800 X3D. Yeah, no, that's still quite a bit expensive. The 12900K was like $200. Yeah, maybe it would be a 12900K then, or 12700K. Then again, 265K is pretty damn cheap, but that's not really user friendly though. Yeah, maybe a 12900KF or something. That's a pretty damn good deal. 230, 12700. No, I'd get the 12900. Yeah, no, I'll finish that up tonight, hopefully, though. But your best bet for Z790 boards right now. Oh, actually, a Z890 board, I can tell you right now, because I posted that in the hot deals in the Discord. It's the Z890 AYW. It was on sale for $200. AYW. 190 now. 190. Oh shit, a Z790 AYW for 170. I don't know how this one performs though. I never tested this one, unfortunately. 170 seems like a good deal though. I just don't. So the thing is, I don't know if 7200 megahertz RAM would work for this, unfortunately. So I can't put it on the recommended parts list. It's funny, we're just doing this right now quickly. Hang on, guys. I'll catch up on chat in a sec. Z790 Aorus. Usually for Z790, you want to go Aorus X, Pro X 270. These are expensive. Elite X Y. This one right here. There you go. 220. I would spring. I'd spring the extra for this one, just because I know 7200 will just work on this motherboard, even 7600. I would go with this one for Z790. Oh, it does. See, there you go. So there you go. So you already did your research. So the AYW. Thankfully, I think Gigabyte is still making Z790s. MSI boards are not good this generation and last generation. The only good one is the Unify X, but then the Master X is really good, but it's really expensive though. That's the thing. But the problem with the Unify X is the Apex is better in every single way. So there's no point in getting the Unify X when the Apex exists, right? For Z890, I mean, right? For Z70, I would go with this bad boy. For the AY, so here's the thing though. I put this up in hot deals for in the Discord. You can get like a 265K and an AYW. That I actually one of my God supporters was asking for a build recommendation for a 2 PC stream. See, I might even put it under this category here, workstation all in one. You can check this out, man. There's some sick deals. I even just saw a combo a second ago. Look at this. Core Ultra 7 265K with an AIW board and a 1 terabyte. This is probably already sold out. Yeah, but this is basically the combo that I was suggesting in my Discord, the 265K and an AYW Z890, and the when I looked it up, the memory the supported memory goes up to like 8600 or something. Z890 AY, which means usually you just ignore the top frequency because that's bullshit. But usually that means that you can probably get 8000 to work on it, which is more than enough for a 265K. And if you go 4 sticks, you might be able to get 6400 or 7000. More than enough for a workstation, right? Memory. What's this to go up to? Memory. Oh yeah, 9000. Yeah, no. Yeah. That's got to be with CKD sticks. So you could get so I'm assuming on the AYW here for the Z890, you can probably just get 8000 to work, and 7200 XMP sticks will just work, right? Which is the whole point. So 265K, and if you're using it for a workstation, you don't need a 285K. The extra 4 cores doesn't do anything. 265K, 7200. Only one RAM module. I don't think they do that. Oh, you're right. Look at that. That's sleazy. Wow. I never noticed that. That's so sleazy. How does that even make any sense? Well, okay, so let's say then 2 by 24. That's so fucking sleazy, dude. Wow. Asus, man, Asus, they really just, man, it's so, I don't like what's the goal of even doing this, man? Like, didn't we already go through the entire, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. It's so brutal, man. Didn't we already go through the entire like QVL list meta? Like here we are again, man. It's like just when you think that the manufacturers learned their lesson about QVL, Asus starts posting single stick frequencies. Why? Like, what's the goal here? So here's the thing. I literally could have just made that mistake myself. Let's say I bought 9000 megahertz RAM, and then it's clearly not going to work. And then they'll be like, I'm going to RMA the board. I'm going to return it. Like this doesn't seem to make any sense, because wouldn't this just cause more problems than it actually solves?
Yeah.
You would think. Then again, what I do know about, what's up, Bash? What I do know about humans, that's why they do it. No, it would cause more problems for them. But I don't think it does, because most people just don't return products. So for some reason, when somebody gets scammed or when they buy the wrong product, they're just too lazy to do anything about it. Like the guy that bought the laptop, who paid me for it with the 285H, he never ended up returning the laptop. It's like, if he returned it and got a 275HX MSI laptop, I could have gotten him double the FPS, literally double, after an overclock and a tune, right? And yet, the 4 hours of effort that it would have taken to return the laptop and get an MSI one, he didn't want to put in the 4 hours of effort to get double the FPS. Like, that's how lazy humans are. That's what I'm saying. That's the moral of the story. Remember back in the day when Warzone 1 came out, during the pandemic, and all those guys in the Discord bought Alienware PCs because back then that's all you could buy to get 3090s. And you can't tune the Alienware ones. And I think I only had one guy actually return the Alienware, and all the other guys were just like, just do your best. I'm keeping it now. Like, they're so lazy. I'm pretty sure that's why all the manufacturers do this, like, borderline mismarketing, because they know if 10 people get scammed by this QVL, 1 out of 10 might return it, which is a good return. So you might as well just post misinformation then, right? I don't like that shit though. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish humans weren't so lazy. Because manufacture, like, put it this way, Asus wouldn't be doing this if they got punished for it, like, consistently. Which clearly they're not being clearly this is a profitable marketing method, right? And they're doing that shit again, right? I don't know. Anyway, let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, you caught that, dog. But even then, no, even disregarding the bullshit marketing here, 8400 with 2 sticks. That's right around where the memory controller maxes out anyway. So I think you're safe on this one. And you're not gonna, you're spending $200 on a CPU and you're spending $200 on a motherboard. You're not gonna spend $300 on RAM to try and like tweak out the last FPS out of it. You're just not gonna do that, right? So like, you just get some 7200 sticks. Patriot has some good deals right now. 7200 Patriot, like $99. CL34, just get these and you're done. Don't even worry about it, right? $99, that's sick, man, for 2 8-eye sticks. Hang on, let me I got something on my eye. Sorry, guys. Let me catch you up here. Oh, thanks so much, Baba Yaga, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. What a good comment. Congrats on your success. Proud of you. It's been a long road, my man. It's been a long road. It's been a long... we'll talk about this after, too. It's one of the topics for today, but... there was a post. What was it? Tech Lab UK on Twitter. He got some insider information behind the scenes where he was like, dude, check this out. I am so grateful for all you guys that are here every single week supporting the channel. Tech Lab UK Twitter. 'Cause look at this. Can I see it sucks that you have to sign in, man. It's so dumb. Anyway, basically, this guy got told that if you want to grow on YouTube, only say bad things about AMD and don't say anything good about Intel or Nvidia ever. And I'm like, yep. Basically, so as a tech tuber, you have 2 choices: pander to the AMD narrative or be broke. That's basically your 2 choice. That's why all tech tubers are kind of like broke, right? And that's why they beg for samples so much. I'm kind of the only guy that does a hybrid approach where I don't pander and I'm not broke because I have you guys. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. We're doing some real good out here with all this misinformation busting. What's better for Arrow Lake right now? 8000 A die. When I tested it, goodness, that was a long time ago. It was like 8000 A die is the equivalent of like 8800 CU dim. and like 8133 A die was like 9,000 CU dim. Basically, it's a wash. If you already have a die, don't worry about it. It's not that serious. If you don't, but you have to get an Apex or Unify X. That's the thing, though. There's pros and cons to, so like with the AYW here, you can use a die and get to 8,000, and that's the equivalent of 8,800 CU dims. Save your money and just buy some $90 sticks then, and get it's you lose like 1% is what I'm saying. This was I did I ever release that video? God, I don't remember, man. I don't think I released that. Maybe it was a God supporter thing on my Discord. I don't remember, but when we tested it, it was like 8 to 8,800, and 8133 was like 9,000. And they both hit the memory controller the same, by the way. So when you go over like 8,400, your motherboard limited, not memory controller. Oh, that's right, Bash. That's right. Yeah. It's all in the course. Hang on, let me catch up here. What's up, Ghost Reaps? Thanks for the Prime, man. I really appreciate it. Over on Twitch. I'm so glad this combined chat window thing is working. It's so cool. Now everyone gets to enjoy all the chats from everybody. Yeah, resist. And so here's the cool thing. You guys get to see all the chats now, and I get to highlight the YouTube ones, which I wish I could highlight the Kick ones too, but I can't. There's no plugin for that yet. Not that I'm aware of anyway. I gotta find a if you guys saw how my OBS was configured, it's a clusterfuck of like I am a pro at setting up OBS and multi-streams now. I am a god at it. I guess that's why Shoryu was asking me for advice the other day on how to multi-stream and set up a stream here. I know I'm a god at it now. I've tested literally everything. Is there any reason to bother with Arrow Lake over Raptor Lake? Just for workstation. That's all. It's cheaper than Raptor Lake. Where was that sub? It's cheaper than like the 265K is so cheap. And it matches a 9950X in workstation. It's way faster. Like, it's snappier, and it has the same multi-core. Oh, it was 219 the other day. Well, whatever, still a good price. But the 265K like completely annihilates a 14900K in CPU related tasks. It has more PCIe lanes. You get an extra Gen 5. You get an extra 4 lanes Gen 5 for an NVMe slot. It pulls like literally half as much power. Like it's so this is Arrow Lake is an HEDT platform. That's all it is. It's not a gaming platform. Except if you get a good deal on it, like Newman's running a 265K right now. He fucking loves that thing for gaming. It's running on 8,000 A die. But you can use it. You can use it as an all-in-one. This would be the best like all-in-one as well. But you have to know how to tune it as well. Like you have to know how to tune the damn thing. You gotta buy the course, Cini. My man, it's all in there. You're asking all the questions that are already answered in the Discord and in the course. Hang on, let me catch up. Yeah, and a lot of people don't even enable XMP, to be honest. I don't know anything about the copper tariff, Nori. No, the thing that the shitty thing about dude, I have all my liquid ready to go to buy a dip, and there's no dip happening right now. Like I cashed out my Palantir at the top twice. So like Palantir went up, I sold it, plummeted, rebought, went back up, sold it, and that's kind of just hovering there right now. But I have all my liquid ready to buy a big dip. I'm waiting for Trump to do some shit. And nothing's happening. So whatever, like I don't really care about the tariff itself. I care about the stock prices, but there's nothing to buy, dude. I'm waiting. I want Trump to just like put the hammer down on everything and everyone just like I want Nvidia stock to get crushed by half, right? Dude, you can make so much money buying the dip constantly. Like I could literally quit my day job and quit YouTube and everything and just do stocks and I would survive just fine. That's how much money you can make on that shit. It's ridiculous. While Trump is in power, anyway. I don't know if it's like that normally, but while Trump is doing all this crazy shit, yeah, you can make bank. Z790 M Power was available on AliExpress. I always wanted to test that board. Yeah, does it do 8,000? See, for 170, I would just rather get the Lightning, I think. Z790 M Power Ali. Can you still get it? I'm not gonna probably buy it now because no. I'm probably not gonna even bother now because oh yeah, no, that's too much. Yeah, I always did want to test it though. All these cool boards. I did test the 2-slot AYW from Asus. It sucked. It didn't even do 7800. As a, for a 2-slotter, it was not good. Which I'm glad I never got around to actually ordering more of those for bundles. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Hijinks, yeah. We do a lot of there's a lot of stuff in the hardware space that isn't worth doing videos on. Like if I did a video that was like if I did a video that was like ADI versus CUDIM, actually that might do well. I would just assume that it doesn't do well. So when I go back to last month's performance on my videos, the videos that did the best were the dumbest ones. The Warzone FPS one and the BIOS flashing guide. So and actually let's segue into I'm gonna have a guest on next week for the Techonomics podcast. Now I'm gonna try and get more guests on here and there, kind of in general. Maybe like 1 to 2 weeks, just me shooting the shit with you guys, and then have a guest. 1 to 2 weeks shooting the shit, and then have a guest, right? So next week, his schedule couldn't line up on the Thursday, but we're gonna do Friday. We're doing my CES buddy, Blackbird. What the hell is this channel? Blackbird PC Tech or something? This guy. So I was looking at his channel and he's growing really fast. And if you look, so I was comparing my previous month's performance on my videos, and then I was looking at this guy's videos as well. And anytime he makes a video that's like, should you buy this or this? Or should you buy this or this? Those videos always seem, so should you buy 50 Terra Arcs? These videos always seem to hit almost 100,000 views. So long, and all of us like his overclocking ones don't do shit, right? So it seems like the dumber the video, the more not dumb. It's like the more commoner it is, the more, I mean, it makes sense, J Linus crowd, right? The more targeted towards the commoner that it is, the better it does. So I'm thinking I'm gonna I have a catalog of content that I want to get done here, like some 5090 liquid metal power mod, all this cool shit, right? I'm gonna do all that stuff, and then I think I'm gonna pivot a little bit to Swarms. Never heard of that guy. I'm gonna pivot a bit more towards some just commoner content, and then I think anything involving like memory tuning, ADI, overclock benchmarks, I might just reserve that for God's chat, because doing very high level content doesn't seem to actually do anything. I already know that, right? Like delitting content doesn't do anything. Overclocking content doesn't do anything. Like there's just not a large enough audience for that type of stuff. And then like I just make a video called Valorant Optimization Guide, 100,000 views, just like that, right? And then you can kind of funnel people into the overclocking stuff through the course or through the Discord afterwards, right? It's unfortunate, but that's kind of the reality of the situation, right? You have to, you just gotta make YouTube content. You just gotta keep reducing that bar of education, man. Reducing the bar, reduce the bar, reduce the bar, right? And again, thankfully, I have you guys, so I haven't had to do that. Thank God I have you guys, because you guys were the ones that chose to dive deeper. 90% of humans don't choose to dive deeper, right? 90% of people just watch a hub video and don't even look that it says review driver on it, and they're like, oh my God, 50% Windows update, and they believe that shit. That's what I'm competing with here, right? It's ridiculous. I gotta turn my air conditioner on, actually. It's starting to toast up. Give me 1 sec, guys. It's really starting to... It's interesting. It was so cold this morning, but the sun just came out in like 5 degrees, man. Max OC is the only interesting. The Max OC benchmark videos do well. Those ones, I'll keep doing those ones. That doesn't get affected. I think because people just like to see what the max tune performance is. Guys, okay, going forward, you're not allowed to mention other tech channels on my streams. It's part of the rules that I have, because there's no goal. See, like, this guy just got a shit ton of publicity. Man, I would question what you guys are doing watching this. So I had, yeah, no more mentioning other tech channels unless they're a guest on the podcast. You're not allowed to mention it. I'll ban you if you do. But the interesting thing is about, I got a tweet the other day that was like, because the title of the title of the stream is you got to test it yourself, right? And I got a reply the other day on Twitter that was like, how am I supposed to test it myself when I'm looking for other reviewers to know what to buy? I'm like, very good point, right? Very good point. The issue that I have with that reply, though, was if people were actually buying stuff and then testing it after the fact, that would be okay too, because you can always return it if it ends up being broken, right? So So in theory, that reply was correct. Like, you should be looking at reviews before you buy something to know how it performs. That's that's not what happens though. People watch tech content, like this guy that you guys just linked to me. What are you watching that content for if you're not going to buy the product? And then if you buy the product, why aren't you validating the numbers after the fact, right? But nobody seems to do that. People like to watch numbers and then argue about it. Like, so what I do on my channel is I try to get people to think what's the goal before they do anything ever. So this guy, think about it. The guy that you guys were talking about, if it were me and I was going through content that I want to watch, what would be my goal in watching any of these videos? I know I'm genuinely asking, what value would I get? Or what could I learn? It doesn't make any sense. That at least you're self-aware about that though. But no, I you know okay, so I have a different perspective. I have 24 hours in a day, right? 8 hours for sleep ideally, right? 2 hours for gym ideally. That's 10 hours gone right away. And then it used to be 8 hours for day job, etc. I want to see how much FPS X card. Why not just buy it and test it yourself though? There you go. So back to the other guy's comment about how he'll do like a 6-hour spreadsheet on a motherboard. Why not just buy the motherboard and test it? It would take less time than the 6 hours doing the spreadsheet. You know what I'm saying? I check games I want a ballpark performance. But why not just test it? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, I don't know, man. So like, so in my 24 hours in a day, would I rather watch somebody benchmark a game with some random ass card, or would I rather just go and play the game? So like, hang on. Hijinks, you already have a PC, right? It's like, man, the time cost analysis doesn't add up. So how long are one of these videos? 35 minutes. Okay, this is a 35-minute video on what game was he playing? Last of Us Part 2. So 30 minutes. You're a lazy shit. That's exactly what it came. Yes. 100%. Okay. Well, God bless people that are like that though, because that's how we make our money as YouTubers, right? It's just I'm very, very, very picky with my time. I'm so picky. That's why I don't let people shout out other channels around me, because you're not on the same level of pickiness of time that I am, right? So I see here, for example, this is a 28-minute video on The Last of Us Part 2. Could I make more money? How much does Last of Us Part 2 cost? On like Steam or some shit. Is it not on Steam? $65. Can I make $65 in that 30 minutes? Yes. Far more than that. Then I can just buy the game, play it for 4 hours, and if I don't like it, Steam has a return policy. So now I've made more money. I've gotten first-hand experience, not second-hand experience. In fact, you can just skip the $65 part, buy it and test it yourself. Instead of the 30 minutes that you spent watching somebody else play it, you can buy it and play it yourself and tweak all the settings and stuff. We did that in Dune. So like when we played Dune Awakening, no, I disagree with you. Have to watch the whole video if you want to get all the. You know how many people just skip all my videos and get the wrong information? That's a you thing if you want to do that, right? But 65 for Dune, $65 for the game or whatever. I spent like 3 hours tweaking all the settings. I couldn't get the game to perform how I wanted to. I just returned it. And now I have far more knowledge about how that game works than if I watched 100 hours of video on it. In fact, nobody even talks about the performance issues of that game. You can watch all the content, but anyway, that's me. You guys can watch all the content you want, but I'm very selective about how I spend my time. If I need to be watching something that I can't do myself, is basically the point I'm trying to get to, right? I need to watch like marketing podcasts, gym podcasts, steroid podcasts, fucking TRT. I need to watch like vitamin ones, homemade yogurts, like that kind of stuff that really impacts you. I'm not going to watch some dude play Last of Us for 30 minutes when I can just do it myself in 10. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Anyway, you guys do what you want with your time, but I'm old and I'm gonna die soon. I would be dead before I watched any of that time. That's why I don't watch tech content, by the way. It's the exact same reason. I'll get other tech tubers messaging me. They're like, "Did you watch this video?" I'm like, "No." Because from my perspective, there's no value in watching other people's content unless I can react to it like Hub or Jay or some shit. But what am I gonna learn? Nothing. Hang on, let me catch up here, boys. But going forward, yeah, you're not allowed to bring up any channels that that aren't guests on the channel. But anyway, back to the story I was trying to get to here was yeah, so I'm gonna try and do like some more before you buy like gamer angst ones. I'm gonna try like, should you buy this or should you buy that? I'm gonna try like some really commoner style content. I do want to grow the channel a little bit. I'm tired of not being rewarded by telling the truth. Do you know what I'm saying? In fact, you just get punished for it. So you might as well just tell the truth in the Discord to people that want to pay to learn the truth, right? Everyone else will just click farm them because it doesn't seem to be a point. Hang on, let me catch up here. $285K worth the price over $265K for gaming only? That doesn't make any sense because then the $14,900K is cheaper and performs better. Oh, cool. Look, there's like I don't know what audio effect. So I guess because I linked to the YouTube chat, there was a new animation. I got to work on that. I got to get that all set up Now that I have the all my integrations set up, I guess they all have different animations and audio files. To be fair, Nori, a lot of that money goes into her food. Her food is expensive. Although now, poor cat, man, she's getting fatter. Now that I'm home, I'm not going to work. Like, I don't have a day job anymore because I'm home all the time. She's snacking way more because her method of affection is snacking. So whenever I eat like lunch and dinner, she'll come and snack with me all the time. So I gotta control her portion somehow. No, I'm trying my absolute hardest to not go on TRT, man. I want to have kids still. That's why I'm so fucking gung-ho on lifting weights and sleeping and eating and like literally, because I don't have any more time. There's no more. I'm 39, man. Most dudes are already on TRT by my age, right? I don't have the fucking luxury. Plus, I also don't trust the Canadian medical system with that shit. We don't have any TRT doctors here. We have like woke fucking weirdos that deal with that shit. Like, we're kind of fucked up here with that. I can't even get my testosterone levels checked here. I'm not allowed. I have to drive down to Seattle to get that shit checked. Thankfully, I think I'm fine though, because I'm still making mad gains. Thankfully. Like, I just PR'd bench press, deadlift, and squats the other week. All 3 of them. So if I'm still doing PRs, I have to assume my levels are fine. That's all I can kind of go off of. I think the yogurt made a big difference, though. Like, the gains have been fucking skyrocketing since the yogurt, dude. Hang on, let me catch you up here. Yeah, the commoner content is way easier to make too, man. It really is. I was thinking of there's like a whiteboard meta right now on YouTube. I was thinking of just getting a whiteboard and just doing, should you buy this or this? Fucking put a whiteboard there. Like, here's the pro, here's the con. I could make those videos in 20 minutes. And they would slap, dude. They would slap. I'm gonna do that. I'm legit gonna do that. Oh, thanks so much, Sayonara. Yeah, a lot of OGs here, man. A lot of OGs. Dude, just in my last video, do you know how many comments I got where the people were like, you tested the wrong driver, hub tested this driver, video invalid? Which means they made it like 3 minutes into the video and then made a comment. They didn't go the whole way through. I make it a point, when I watch content, I watch it the whole way through. Because you don't get all the information otherwise. It's like humans are strange. It's like, if I watch a video, I want to get the full information. I'm like, I don't assume that I'm smarter than the creator and I can just get the gist of what he's talking about by skipping the video. I'm not like, I just don't do that. I watch the entire thing, dude. And I pay attention to it and I focus on that shit, right? Dude, that's true, Newman. That's true. Just breathing that air. No, I don't have time for swimming, Bash. No time, dude. I need to get a sauna. Just a sauna would be good enough. It's like, at what point am I gonna, like, like, I'm already so optimized for health that like the only thing that I'm missing is sauna. I can't be like, I'm gonna go wall climbing and 2 hours of yoga and rucking and like some of these fitness influencers are out of their fucking minds, dude. It's like, no, I don't even go to my day job anymore and I'm still don't have time to do all that shit. Like, no, it's like, have you seen these like morning routine videos? Dude, they're so good. Some of these morning routine like clips are like, it's like 8 a.m. The guy has like 7 different vegetables already chopped somehow. It's like 8:03 a.m. He's already blending them all. 8:04 a.m. chugs it. It's like, I don't know why those clips do so well. It's like 8:07. This guy's drenched in sweat with like the intensity of his workout already. I'm like, bro, at 8 a.m. I'm trying to open my fucking eyes still, okay? I'm trying to like find out what year it is. Never mind have 7 vegetables already chopped, right? Like, it's I don't know. Or I'm doing something wrong, right? I don't know. Most YouTubers of this generation's home shopping network changed my mind. I agree. So, yeah, I agree. So Minnie's forum is sending me no, not at all, Nori. Nothing's really changed, to be honest. I do seem to have a female colony of ducks though. Like all the male ducks are gone. It's like 10 females and they just chill back there now. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't mind. They're way more peaceful now that there's no men back there. It's way more peaceful. Did you PR over your youth numbers for the year? I don't know what that means. PR over your youth numbers. I'm not sure what that means. This generation's shopping network, yeah. So, I'm gonna be doing a build in a Velka 3. The Velcase guy is sending it to me, and then Minnie's forum is sending me their new 3D. What the hell is this thing? BD 790i 3D. They're sending me this thing. So I get to fiddle with this thing when I get it. I'm pretty stoked about it. But so I was I was curious because like I wasn't going to accept the sample if I couldn't tune the damn thing, because then it would just be another infomercial. What am I going to do with that, right? It's like, how do I take a Ryzen 3D chip and just say it's awesome without being able to tune it? Anyway, TLDR, I had to go through, so I'm assuming Minnie's forum has a marketing budget, because like every fucking tech tuber got one of these things, right? So I'm looking, I had to go through like 20, including Wendell, I had to go through like 20 fucking videos trying to find anybody that actually has footage of what the BIOS looks like. And I couldn't find it. The only one that I found was some guy like doing the fan profiles. It's like, so it's like out of like 20 fucking videos, I couldn't find a single guy that went into the BIOS on this thing. It's insanity. And if you go to Wendell's video, he unboxes it. He's like, oh wow, this is really nice. Minis forum gave me mini screws. It's a fucking infomercial, dude. And then in the actual video too, halfway through, he's like, you know, it's great that Minis forum is paying attention because attention is the economy. And he's like, my soul dies a little bit or something like that. Because he's like, dude, I'm telling you, these larger tech tubers, their souls are just dying because they're just doing infomercial content. Like, I like straight up, dude. Even like Hardware Unboxed, when he was doing like the last like driver review video, no soul, doesn't fucking care. If you go watch my PC just froze. Random. My screen just went black. Oh, interesting. Anyway, if you go to Wendell's video, he just doesn't want to be there. He literally just like, I guess because like it's a $600 product, so he's like, I guess I'll just do an infomercial for a $600 product. And you can just tell he doesn't want to be there, dude. It's, I don't know. I agree with you. But at least, if you remember the infomercials from the 90s, like when you watched them as a kid, those people were stoked to use a new version of Windex, okay? They were lit, dude. They loved that it's like, the old infomercials were fucking awesome. Weird. Yeah, my screen just went black. I never seen that before. I guess I'll reboot. But anyway. What's up, Zinky? Are you the strongest you have ever been? Yes. But my volume capacity is not where it used to be. It's interesting. So, oh, what the hell? My Windows is updating. What? A Windows update froze my fucking PC? So I can lift as heavy as I've ever been to lift, like lifted ever my entire life. But I like back when I was maybe like 10 years ago, I would do like the same like compound lifts. And then I do like an extra 30 minutes of like isolation work, like bicep curls, supersets, fucking reverse pyramid. I was a volume junkie when I was like 10 years ago. I just can't do it anymore. Like, I'm fucking tired, man. So like I'll do my like huge compound lifts and I am fucking spent, man. So I look smaller than I did 10 years ago, but I'm stronger, which is interesting. I can lift heavier. What's up, Cini? Thanks for the gifted, man. Really appreciate it. My man Cini. There's a way to access the actual Ryzen. It's a script you have to run on boot up. That's cool. I didn't know that. But from what I understand, after I dove into Reddit for like fucking an hour, my cardio has never been as good as it is now. Because I focus on VO2 max training now. Because that's the leading predictor of all cause mortality. So I do VO2 max twice a week now. It's like sprints. But what I understand from going through Reddit is that the minis forum BIOS didn't used to have curve optimizer and memory timing stuff, but now apparently it does. I think I just saw a post from like 2 months ago. So I accepted the sample. I asked the guy too. I'm like, can you tune this thing? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? Right? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess I'll take it, right? The nice thing is though, they didn't ask for talking points. They didn't ask me to like do any B-roll, fucking nothing. They're just like, here, we just want your opinion on it. We're gonna send it to you. I'm like, okay, cool. But again, it needed to be tunable. I assumed it was tunable because it's an HX, right? So I'm assuming it should be tunable. And then I looked up, can Ryzen Master tune it? Apparently Ryzen Master is not compatible with laptop CPUs, but there's a program called Ryzen Controller on GitHub that does work on laptop CPUs. Anyway, long story short, it's the video that I'm gonna make on that minis forum little laptop-y thing is gonna be like a video that you're never gonna find anywhere else because nobody seems to do shit with it. So like this is why Asus loves to work with me too, by the way, when it comes to like mother. So like when Asus sends, dude, I don't know, dude, tech tubers are so fucking boring, dude. Oh my god, they're so fucking boring. I don't mean to swear this much, but oh my god. So like Asus will send a motherboard to like 100 tech tubers, and they don't even get talking points. For example, all they do is just unbox the damn thing and just do some B-roll. It's so fucking boring, man. It's like, test the damn thing. It's like I tell my audience to test it themselves. The tech tubers don't even test it themselves, dude. They just like do a camera B-roll on it and just like talk about the specs of like, this one has a 10-stage VRM, so it's gonna keep your 9950X really cool. It's so boring, dude. I can't believe people watch that shit. And I'm the bad guy because I test shit. It's, I don't know. I feel like I'm a singularity in the hardware space, man. Cini, thanks for the gifted sub, man. I really appreciate it. And apparently, that 7945 HX only supports 5200 megahertz RAM, but I'm gonna buy 6400 megahertz SO DIMMs anyway, just to see if I can tweak it. Cause I'm going into this fucking thing blind, right? It should be interesting. It should be really interesting content, though. I'm excited to try it. Yeah, the Billy Mays energy, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why tech tubers are so bored, man. Look at this. Can you guys hear this? Yeah, you can. Look at this. BD 790i level 1. It's so boring, man.
Or there's the Tampax.
I watched this video hoping Wendell would go into the BIOS. He doesn't. It's a fucking infomercial. It's a 12-minute long infomercial.
790i X3D. This is the mobile.
It's so boring.
in the era too that we did videos on. Let's get the lovely wood grain. Yes, you'll get better performance. You'll have a better board and better connectivity.
It's I don't know. We need a higher. We need a. I don't know what it is about the tech. I think it must be like an autism thing. But for some reason the hardware audience doesn't demand a higher quality of content. Like even Twitch and live streaming is slowly starting to demand higher level content. Like you can't just play a game and expect to get viewers anymore. You have to do IRL, you have to do interview, you have to go out and about and actually cooking streams, fucking dancing streams, Vegas strip stream. You have to do something. Like the audience demands more. But in the hardware space, it's the complete opposite. It's like the more you do, the more in depth you go, the less views you get. And the more boring and monotonous and like, here's a PCIe bracket. It's exactly 121 millimeters in length and 37 millimeters in width. And what you do with this is you can cover your case slot so it looks really nice. It's like, what the fuck am I watching here, man? It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? But that's all tech content. Like, just do unboxings, man. It's wild. I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm such a singularity in this space, man. Hang on, let me catch up here. Are you gonna test the 12P core? Absolutely. I got a motherboard ready for that shit. I am waiting for that thing to come out, dude. I'm gonna if that thing comes out, I'm gonna go back to doing bundles, man. But I need to change the way I do bundles somehow. I need to like I just did a bundle for a God supporter of mine with a 14900K. Every fucking time, dude, he messages me first. Oh, you want to hear about the bundle story? He's a good guy, but in the so when I sell a bundle, the instructions that I give to the user is when you get it and install it, you have to DM me before you do anything so that I can check to make sure that it's installed properly. Right? It is fucking insufferable, dude. Because I want to make sure the CPU cooler is mounted correctly. I want to make sure the fan orientate. I want to provide a good service when I sell a bundle, right? What do you think he did? He messages me, he's like, all my games were crashing. I'm like, you didn't follow the fucking instructions, brother. Did you DM me? I'm gonna lose my fucking mind here, right? But they're just excited because it's like a kid on Christmas, right? They just want to play their shit. Anyway, so I basically lost my fucking mind on this guy, like typing in all caps, calling him a fucking idiot for like not following instructions, right? Like, why am I selling you a fucking bundle, right? Then, so the next day I remote in, and then I'm like, the RAM, the DRAM temperatures were like 49 Celsius just idling with my sticks, like the copper heat sinks. I'm like, is your top intake or exhaust? He's like, exhaust. I'm like, fuck me, dude. Because the second instruction that I have for bundle sales is the DRAM has to be below 50 Celsius. So the guy launches Call of Duty, the RAM is already at 60 Celsius, just chilling there. So I'm like, you didn't follow two instructions, and now it's my problem. And this happens with every single bundle sale. Every single one. They don't follow instructions. They don't know what to fucking do. And so the thing is, it's like, if I were to, when that 12P core CPU come, and he's a God supporter of mine too, so I would do it for him. But like, when that 12P core CPU comes out, if I were to do bundles with it, I think it would only have to be through like Bitcoin or like Zelle transfers or something where they can't do a chargeback, and I can just tell them to fuck themselves if they don't follow the instructions. So like, because I don't know what else to do. It's too much of a waste. So if I give the guy instructions, you have to DM me before you turn it on, and they don't do that, I want to wipe my hands of it. You didn't follow instructions. Sorry. I don't even, at this point, I don't even care if I get a bad reputation. You didn't follow instructions. Any negative, not review, but any negative thing you see about me online it always stemmed from the person not doing what I told them to do. Always. And then them making it my fault somehow. Always, right? So if that's going to be the case anyway, if you don't follow instructions, I'm wiping my hands of this. I got your money. I don't care. Don't buy the damn product if you can't follow instructions, right? I don't know, because just don't. I'd rather you just not, right? The RAM sales have been incredibly successful, though. I've only ever had one guy DM me and say the RAM sticks don't work, and he wanted a refund. And I'm like, did you put it in slots 1 and 3 or 2 or 4? He's like, oh. So even the RAM sales, the fucking idiot put it in 1 and 3 and made it my problem, right? So yeah, again, physical products in general are just not a good way to go. Digital product, like course sales, I'll rather just make a new course. If that 12P core CPU does come out, I would just make a separate course on like a step-by-step how to make the fastest Intel PC in the world, or just make some dumb course so the person can just follow it themselves or something, and that way there's no customer service, right? I haven't figured that out yet. We'll see. But yeah, I'm 100% gonna get that 12P core thing. I hope it does come out. I think that would put Intel on top, like far on top of everything. Because it would also eliminate all scheduling problems. So a 12P core CPU would take the advantage away from the 9800X3D of only having one type of core, right? It would take all the advantages away. Let me catch up here. No, even hot chicks can't really just play games and do nothing anymore, man. They still gotta show some titty. Or they have to give the girlfriend experience. Like, the guys that are watching that are not there for the game. They're there for the interaction and the girlfriend experience, right? But no, I can't believe that I went through like 20 of these videos and not a single person went into the BIOS, man. Or one guy did with the fan thing. I couldn't believe it, dude. Like nobody was interested in how this thing works? Really? Like nothing? I do, but if it gets held up at customs or whatever, I don't want you DMing me asking me to help you with any of that. It's not my problem. So if you're in UK or Europe somewhere and you order a RAM kit, I'll ship it to you. I'll put $10 value repair or whatever. But if it gets held up by VAT or customs, I don't fucking care. I don't want to hear about it, right? Hang on, guys. I gotta take a mad piss. Give me 1 sec. And then we'll, we've got 30 minutes to actually get into some topics here. 1 sec, guys. Whew, that's good. That's good. I disagree, Alex. A, who cares about rumors? B, unless AMD does chiplets like Intel does, where like they're literally right beside each other with it's almost like a interposer interconnect. Basically what I'm saying is, if the chiplets are still spaced out like this and there's like a fucking inch between them still, I don't care how fast it's gonna go, it's still gonna dip. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter. What the Nova Lake or whatever, the way that they're gonna do it, it's just, I'll get into it in a second, but like Nova Lake, it's gonna be like, here's the one chiplet, another chiplet, another chiplet, and then they're gonna do like a 2.5D cache, like they did on Broadwell or whatever, like here. But these are all like touching each other. Like that's gonna destroy. It's gonna be 16p cores, I believe. But anyway, this is gonna destroy it because it's the chiplets are touching each other, right? Now, I saw a tweet the other day. Hang on, I'll answer a question in a second. Where the guy posted a video of the AM dip, and it went from like 300 FPS to like 160. Like a normal, like what you think the AM dip would go down to. And this guy is losing his fucking mind because his FPS is dropping to 160 or dipping to 160, right? And the reality is, so few gamers can actually feel that. It's just a reality that I've come to, man. When I play Overwatch, I finally got it to where my average FPS is 480 and my lows are also 480. If I play on an AMD CPU, it'll dip to like 320. We're talking 480 versus 320. I can feel it. I can see it. How many humans do you think could tell the difference between 320 and 480? 0.001%. So the whole AM dip argument is gonna slowly fall on more and more deaf ears as the dip goes up, right? So if the dip right now is 160, next Zen 6, if the dip goes to 200, it will still frustrate the shit out of me, and I won't be able to use the damn CPU. But going from 160 to 200, now even less people are gonna feel the dip. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think most gamers can't feel anything above like 120. If I want to put a number on it, I think as long as you hold the dip above 120, I think with VRR on, or like G-Sync or something, I think most people aren't going to feel that or aren't even going to see it. Which is fucking crazy to me that I'm 39 and my eyes can still see it. It's crazy that people can't see that. And there's like 21-year-olds that can't see more than 120. It's fucking insanity. I tested this on my ex, by the way. She can't see more than 300. So it's very variable based on the person. FC memory kits have tuned XMPs that are not far from max OC levels, right? They are maxed out based on what timings you're allowed to change in XMP. So it depends on the motherboard vendor too. So if you have no idea what you're doing, they do provide a lot of value. So like they will set your primaries, obviously. The secondaries that they're allowed to set is TWR, TRFC, what else? God, I can't remember now. I did them so long ago. TWTRS. There's like 6 of them that are kind of maxed out with XMP on the stick. I think that's what Expo does too. But if you punch them into an ASUS, so it'll if you do XMP on a Gigabyte or an ASRock motherboard, it'll do them all for you, including the memory controller voltage and everything. If you do it on an Asus motherboard, it'll ignore them all. Because Asus will just do whatever the hell they want on their own BIOS, right? And ASRock has a cool feature where if you go into XMP, in the field right below it, it'll say enable all timings or just primary. So when you enable XMP on an ASRock motherboard, you can tell it to choose just primaries or actually read what the sticks want to use, and it'll apply them all for you, right? So if you have no fucking clue what you're doing, yeah, there is value there. But the main value would come from the copper heat sinks and the memory controller voltage tweaks. So it kind of just works. I know, I didn't know it worked that way either. It's pretty cool, yeah. You can do a lot of cool shit with RAM. With DDR5, I should say, because DDR5 is programmable. Now, let me catch up here. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, man. You can Bitcoin transfer me if you want to prepay for a year, or yeah, just Twitch, Kick, or YouTube sub works fine too. I think they call it YouTube memberships on YouTube. Yeah, just membership yourself, and then you can get access to the Discord. Hang on, let me catch up here. I can't see. So here's the thing. It doesn't really work that way with Zen though. 7800 X3D, 9800 X3D. Like Zen 5, like the math doesn't really add up, right? And AMD knows this too, right? Well, their engineers do, I should say. So if you take these two CPUs, this one you have to delid and direct die and all that, but Zen 5 overall has like 15 to 20% more IPC, like core for core. That's why the 9950X is so much faster than the 7950X. But if you delid and direct die the 7800X3D and get it to 5.2, and then this one is 5.2 out of the box, they perform the same. With this one having 20% more IPC, it does the math doesn't add up there, right? The main benefit from this one is they put the cache on the bottom so that it can clock this high out of the box. That's where all those gains came from. But if you delid and direct the die, the 7800X, you get all those performance benefits anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if they did a 12P core with cache with like 100% more IPC, they're attacking all of the wrong problems with this architecture. They're not attacking the fabric and the IO dies and the RAM speeds. They're like if you do this in Cinebench, it'll fucking crush it. You'll see that 20% in Cinebench. You won't see the 20% in gaming. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. So they can come out with Zen 50 with 100 P cores, 3D fucking everything. If it's still an IO die CCD structure and the chiplets are still an inch away from me, or like 10 centimeters away from each other, it doesn't matter, man. You're just gonna have the same FPS and the same dips anyway. Games don't work that way. It's that you're getting, they're making improvements to their server CPUs and they're trying to bring it down to consumer level. And the problem is dumbass tech tubers say it's the greatest thing ever, not understanding what is going on there. So a large tech tuber that puts it out of the box, yeah, it's going to see a big performance increase because it's running like 25 Celsius cooler because the cache is on the bottom and it's boosting to 5.2 now, right? Those of us that have tested it, we're like, this is the same fucking CPU, right? It's the same shit. That's why if the 7800 X3D is like half the price, you pick that one up and delid it. What level of baseline where you wouldn't notice the dips? It would depend on the game. Because I know that if I'm playing a third-person RPG, I can get away with like 90 in the lows. It's really the first-person shooters that are just like, because it's first person. If I'm whipping the mouse left and right, and I have like a character whipping by me at 100 miles an hour, and I need to whip the mouse to track them, that's a much harder on the eyes than like Baldur's Gate 3. Do you know what I'm saying? It really depends on the game. That's the other part of the equation too. If you're not a grandmaster fucking first person shooter gamer, then all of this means nothing to you, right? Is Z7 Nova a good buy? Yeah, it's good. That's a good one. Yep. That doesn't matter, Doghound. I know you didn't test it. You read that shit somewhere. That's false information, my man. Be careful with that. Whatever happened to G Bauer selling deleted chips with warranty? That was always such a dumb fucking idea from the get-go, though. Holy shit. Bro. Dude, I can't even sell bundles without tech support calls. And I leave instructions for that shit. Selling a delidded CPU to a customer? Oh my god. Never mind the scammers that you would get that try and swindle you on that shit. Never mind that, man. Holy shit. That guy's got big balls, I'll tell you that much. I don't know what a bridge chip is. Well, hopefully, I mean, that'd be a good thing. I want AMD to fix the damn thing, right? So I don't know. Nova Lake should be pretty damn ridiculous, though, if they come out with 16 P cores. It depends on the structure of the cores. But then again, here's the other question. Here's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. Again, I've talked about this. What is the goal? What game are you playing where you need more CPU FPS? I can't think of a single one. Dune, maybe. Yeah, Dune, but other than, because that's more of, they have to fix that shit. But there isn't a single game where a 14900K can't max out a 5090. So who cares? It's like we kind of have a there's a little bit of a existential crisis in hardware, which is going to be interesting for content going forward. Not interesting, but it's more like as hardware gets better. No, I've played Helldivers 2, man. I get like 200 FPS everywhere on mine. That's not a game where you need like 1,000 FPS, right? No, even Switch 2 emulation would be just fine. No, man. Because Switch 2, you only need 60 FPS, right? I was getting like 100 in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. No, it's just it's like there's an existential crisis where people, you're gonna see like, you're gonna kind of see this split in, we talked about this a couple of podcasts ago, black box Xbox and elitist with no goal. So if they come out with Zen 6, whatever, with 3D cache, and the Xbox is like monolithic somehow with a Radeon GPU, and then let's say this black box Xbox can run Windows, and let's say you can get like 240 FPS in all your shooters with it, or 360, something like that, whatever, and it's like $1,000. That fulfills the goal of like 99.9% of gamers, right? Sure, yeah. So let's take Helldivers 2 for example, right? That's elitist type of if this black Xbox gets 200 FPS in Helldivers, what gamer gives a shit more than that? None of them. But there'll be some elitist out there that'll have like a 7090, and they'll see their GPU usage at like, well, then there's frame generation too, but ignoring frame generation, they'll see their 7090 at like 80% usage, and that'll bother them, and then they'll want to buy a stronger CPU to get the most out of their 7090 or some shit, right? Or they could just buy an 8K monitor or something. But like, yeah, you'll see this like, what do you notice about the elitists though? They don't really enjoy their games, man. They you guys remember that guy from like 3 or 4 years? Those of you guys on the Discord from like 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember his name now. It was like Mark or something like that. When like Warzone 1 came out, and he showed everybody a clip of him playing Warzone 1, and the entire left side of his fucking screen had like it was covering his mini map because he had so many performance metrics, and like he had like the graph showing his like lows and like averages. It's like, these people don't play games, man. They're not game enjoyers. It's like kind of like building a 1,000 horsepower Mustang and then revving the engine in your garage and not actually driving the car. Those people don't, they enjoy the act of building, but not the actual act of using the thing, right? You're going to see more and more of that as we go forward. More and more. Let's say they come out with, so there's the 12 P core Bartlett Lake. Okay, that comes out in 6 months or whatever. We all upgrade to that. We're all still bronze 5. And then 16 core Nova Lake comes out. We all upgrade to that. We get 20 more FPS in Helldivers 2. We still don't enjoy the game. It doesn't change the enjoyment of the game and the experience, right? 24 core Godna Lake comes out with 1 million megs of cache. We get 20 more FPS in Helldivers 2. The game doesn't change. That was a big problem with COD Bros for the longest time too. They would keep spending more and more and more and more money on hardware, not being self-aware enough that they really just don't enjoy the game. They're trying to solve the symptom of, I don't enjoy this game, with more FPS. If I spend more money and get more FPS, I might enjoy this game more. It's never happened. You can go ask. They're all in my Discord. Go ask them. Some of these guys have spent like 10 fucking grand on a PC and they're still just chilling in the Discord saying, I hate Call of Duty. So it is a thing. It's a thing. Now, let me catch up here. Yeah, Dark Tide is legit. I forgot about that game, actually. Oh, wrong tube. Oh. Yeah, but Tarkov, you're not going to enjoy the game more because you're just going to get hacked and cheated every 5 seconds. So you can spend all the money you want on all the millions of fucking FPS. Some guy was just going to cheat you and hack you out. It doesn't matter. That actually does make sense, World War. See, that would be more about... Yeah, because so the thing about Rust, and Sons of the Forest does this too. A lot of games where the game is built on asset popping as you reach like server lines or line of sight distance or whatever. So in Sons of the Forest, you can jump on like a motorcycle, or Rust. You jump on a motorcycle and you just go in a straight line as fast as you can. And then every 30 seconds or so, even faster, 15 seconds, you'll just get a dip as all the textures pop in. No, you can't brute force that with a CPU, right? You can only brute force that by literally having all the assets in RAM ready to go beforehand. And yeah, that would actually be cool. If it then we would... I don't know how they would do that. We would need like, I guess the 64 gig sticks just came out, but if we had like 256 gig RAM or 512 gigs of RAM, and then we could just install entire games and all their assets into RAM, that might be a thing. I think I would rather take an 8-core CPU with 512 gigs of RAM where I can just put the game on there. That would give you such a better gaming experience than like 50p cores and like IPC cache and chiplet. You're still not going to enjoy the game. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I won't play games that have cheaters in them. I just won't do it. Because the same reason why I won't watch content that doesn't provide value is because that's how picky I am with my time. I'm never going to watch somebody play a game for 30 minutes. You have to be out of your fucking mind. The same reason I will never play a game where I'm not in control of my results by way of cheaters. I'll never play a game. I'm not going to play a battle royale and invest 30 minutes in picking up guns and rotating circles. And I'm not going to do that just to get hacked after 40 minutes. I'll never do it. You're never getting that 40 minutes back. Ever. No amount of money you spend on your PC is going to make that. That human on the other end robbed you of your time. I value my time much more than that. I'm not going to do it. Activision can either fix the game, Tarkov, Battlestate Games. They can either fix their games. I'm not going to play it. I'll just play Overwatch. There's no cheaters. I'm good. I'll just play single player games. It's a peaceful life, man. You see that meme? Single player games. It's a peaceful life. Yeah, dude. With a PC of your. Yeah. See? Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling in my non-hackable fucking games. most humans aren't self-aware enough. Most humans aren't self-aware enough to actually pick up that they're not enjoying their time. Which is good for me because they spend like 10 grand on a PC thinking it'll make them enjoy games more. I'll tell them, I'm like, bro, if you spend 10 grand on a PC, you're not going to enjoy the games anymore. But they'll still do it. They have to test it themselves, right? Which is good. Yeah, so I think this is probably the last thing we'll talk. I gotta get going here because my cat has a vet appointment. But yeah, it's that people don't choose the lane. They're confusing the lanes. That's what it is. Tweaker, gamer, XOC nerd. They're confusing these lanes to, and then hardware enthusiast. That's a different lane too, right? It's like gamers think they enjoy games. They kind of get bored of games. They do like Windows tweaks for fucking 6 months. They don't know why they're doing it. They try gaming again. They're not enjoying it. They get into hardware and learn about the interconnects of the x86 architecture. They learn about all this fucking crazy ass shit. Then they go back to gaming. And it's really frustrating for me as a creator too, because I get all 4 of these types of people in my channel and community when I'm this one. I am so hardcore into this one that I couldn't give a rat's ass about any of this other shit. Because I'm not bad at games and I love gaming. And I value my time more than anything, right? I don't care about world record liquid nitrogen shit. I don't care about Windows tweaks. And I don't care about how an SM works or how an interconnect works. Do you know what I'm saying? What will give me the best gaming experience possible so that I can enjoy my games more? If there's a cheater in the game, I won't fucking play it. If the AMD CPU gives me a dip, I won't fucking touch it. If the Radeon driver on the 9070 XT doesn't work in Sons of the Forest, I'm not going to touch it. It all funnels back into what gives the best gaming performance, right? Now, the issue that I have is when somebody comes into chat or like my channel and they're like, did you try disabling the high precision event timer? I'm like, do you play games? Or the 16 core Zen 6 is gonna have bridge connects and blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, I know you don't play games. Helldivers 2 has some crazy ass engine where I need a fucking 7 million core fucking CPU with interconnects. I know you don't play. I know you don't enjoy the game. I know you don't. You're not playing the game for the enjoyment of the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you overclock for a competitive edge. Where that doesn't include these 3 things though. So it's like you can think of it as like the tweaker. You install a stripped Windows, you do your secondary timings, and you disable your E-cores and you leave it alone. The tweaker and the hardware enthusiast will do that, Then they'll go back to their game, still not realizing they don't actually enjoy playing games. Then they'll go back into the tertiary timings, the Windows registry tweaks, router fucking packet forwarding, and all this dumbass shit, not understanding they don't enjoy playing games anymore. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you saw me in a fucking BIOS screen, dude? Actually, when we were doing the the dual screen mirroring with the second card, and the FPS kept going up when I increased the clock speed, I wasn't even touching. I was using auto voltages, man. I don't care. Literally don't care. I'll run my CPU at 5 gigahertz. I just don't care. Gaming. I love gaming. Nothing else. No tweaking. What is the goal of tweaking? If you think you're going to get a competitive edge by tweaking, good luck, man. Let me know which $100,000 pro out there knows a single thing about any kind of tweaking. Just let me know. Or you just suck. Right? No pro knows about that shit. Only tweakers know about that shit, and they try and sell that shit to people that suck. The pros have the secrets that you don't. So I got a service to sell you. Let me catch you up here. I got to get going here, though, guys. We did no topics today. Dude, I spent like 3 months. Here's where my head's at, dude. I guess you could say gaming experience, but also PC usability experience bothers me a lot too, right? Because I spent like 3 months trying to figure out the handshake problem with 5000 series graphics cards, because alt tabbing out of a game was affecting my gaming experience. If I'm in the middle of an Overwatch game and I press the Windows key and it alt tabs me and the screen is black for 5 seconds, that's far more important to me than tertiary timings. Like that's a clear game breaking, immersion breaking problem. Not that's what I'm talking about, right? I don't know how to articulate that to my audience any better though, but gaming only. Don't care about your overclocks or timings. Some guy earlier in the stream today was like, I got these overclocks after 6 months. I don't care, bro. Go play a fucking game. What are you doing? What do you think the course was designed to do? I designed that optimization course to get you in there, get your PC running, and go play games. I should make a separate course called the Tweaker's fucking Paradise, man. Of just rabbit holes that you go down and you never get out of. Anyway, guys, I really got to get going because it's my cat's vet appointment. But I will see you guys. I forgot about that video. The 5 overclocking mistakes. I got to do more of those, man. I mean, there's a guy in the Discord that like built his own mouse. Even that's better than fucking tertiary timings, man. At least you're trying to do something, right? But peripheral, I'm not even gonna get into peripheral bros right now, but anyway, guys, I'll see you on Saturday for the regular live stream. But don't forget, next Friday I'm gonna have Blackbird PC, whatever his name is, on there. We're gonna talk about misinformation and all that good stuff. So it's gonna be not next Thursday, but next Friday. I'm gonna have a guest on. But I'll see you guys in 2 days anyway for the stream. Okay. Later, boys.